Last year, all eyes were on Wiggins and Parker. Who's that next crop going to be? My man Jonathan Wasserman to break down the top 5 prospects for the NBA. Let's start off at number 5. Who you got?
We'll start with Montrezl Harrell, power forward from Louisville. Really, the key word there is power. This guy is a dominant presence on that low block. He's a big presence under the boards. He can score with his back to the rim. He's really an interior specialist at that next level.
He's a junior. I mean, we don't see a lot of those guys go early in the draft anymore.
Yeah, he showed a lot of promise the past 2 years, showed some improvement a little bit. This is the year where he makes that big jump and really gets onto that lottery radar.
All right, I have a feeling we're going to go younger the rest of the way. Who do you got next?
At number 4, we got Stanley Johnson, the freshman from Arizona, your prototypical NBA wing with that length, that 6'7" size, really a physical defender, plays through contact offensively, really a strong two-way player is how he projects at the next level.
I'm going to put you on the spot. You got a pro player comparison for this guy?
You know what? It reminds me a lot of Kawhi Leonard and Ron Artest, one of those physical type of wings, in-your-grill type of defenders. I think that's how he's going to play at the next level.
I would like 2 of those, please. All right, who's at number 3?
At number 3, we got Karl Towns from Kentucky, the freshman center. His game revolves around offensive versatility, plays inside and out. He's a great passer, can stretch the floor as a shooter. There's really not much he can't do at that offensive end.
I remember seeing this kid on like the Dominican Republic team when he was like 16. How polished is this kid already?
Yeah, he's one of the most skilled players in the country. There's really not much he can't do on the floor. Needs to become a little bit more dominant in one particular area of the game, but he's able to cover a lot of offensive ground out there.
All right, the top 2, Wiggins and Parker, reborn. Who's at number 2?
Well, we're going to go with Emmanuel Mudiay. He's playing in China right now. Chose to play in China over SMU. His game is all about that size. 6'5" for a point guard. Really explosive, really quick off the dribble, can change directions, gets his teammates involved, but could also put up big numbers as a scorer.
We saw Brandon Jennings do this. We saw, of course, last year, Dante Exum coming from overseas. Is it going to be hard to evaluate this kid since he's in China?
Of course, it's going to be tough, but early on, he's made some really strong impressions, putting up big numbers right away, and most importantly, his team's winning games.
All right, and the number 1 prospect is
Jahlil Okafor from Duke,
stud.
The freshman center. This is a guy who could take over games right away, as opposed to other guys we've seen whose appeal is driven by potential. This is a guy who could dominate right away, a monster on that low block, a back-to-the-basket score, great footwork, great touch, can take over games right away.
All right, comparing him to pre-injury Joel Embiid, Jahlil Okafor, how does he compare?
Yeah, Okafor's a little more polished. His footwork's better, his touch is better at this point, but really what separates him is his basketball IQ is really at a whole another level. He's got a completely incredible understanding of the game right now, and that's going to really play to his effectiveness on the floor now and later.
All right, it is a stocked and loaded group. Hey, NBA teams, start tanking. You're going to want one of these kids.